If you've ever looked around at your life in your 20s and quietly thought, I should feel more sure than this by now, you're not alone. Maybe nothing is technically wrong. You're studying, working, trying, building something. You go out sometimes. You scroll. You laugh. You function. And yet, there's this low, persistent feeling in the background, like everyone else got a map and you didn't. It doesn't look dramatic from the outside, but internally, it feels like you're drifting. And here's what's strange. This feeling of being lost in your 20s isn't random. It's not a personality flaw, and it's not proof that you're behind. It's psychological. Most people think feeling lost means you lack direction, but in your 20s, it's usually the opposite. You have too many directions. For the first time in your life, the structure that used to hold you is gone. School had a timeline, exams, results, grades, clear milestones. Even if you didn't love it, it was predictable. Then suddenly, that structure dissolves. There's no syllabus for your identity, no official roadmap that says you're on track. And the human brain doesn't love open-ended uncertainty, so when everything becomes possible, your nervous system doesn't interpret that as freedom. It interprets it as instability. That's the first layer. There's a deeper one. Psychologist Jeffrey Arnett calls this phase emerging adulthood. It's a period where identity is explored, questioned, and rebuilt before it stabilizes. You're not just choosing what to do, you're choosing who to be, and that's heavier than people admit. You might notice small behaviors that signal this tension, thinking career decisions that other people seem to make casually, comparing your timeline to someone you went to school with, feeling a strange urgency when you see engagement posts, emotions, relocation announcements. It's not jealousy, it's disorientation. Because when everyone's life is visible all the time, creates the illusion that everyone is moving in a straight line. You're seeing highlights, not their confusion, and your brain doesn't register that difference emotionally. They're ahead. I'm not. And here's where it gets interesting. The real reason your 20s feel destabilizing isn't just comparison. It's the collapse of inherited scripts. Most of history, life followed a relatively linear pattern. Education, work, marriage, ability. The order was socially reinforced. Now, that script has fractured. You can freelance, move cities, change careers, stay single, build something online, something unconventional. Sounds empowering, but psychologically, when the script disappears, responsibility intensifies. If there's no default path, every choice feels like it defines you. So you hesitate. You second guess. Keep researching instead of committing. Not because you're incapable, because you're aware that choices shape identity. Identity feels fragile right now. There's another layer to this. Your 20s are often the first time external validation decreases. In school, you were graded. At home, you were guided. Now, feedback is inconsistent. You can work incredibly hard and still feel invisible. You can try something and get no response. That ambiguity can distort your sense of progress. Without clear markers, you start questioning everything. Am I doing enough? Is this the right path? Why don't I feel further? But the discomfort doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're building without a template. And here's the shift most people miss. Feeling lost in your 20s doesn't mean you don't have an identity. It often means your old identity expired before your new one fully formed. That gap feels like free fall. But psychologically, it's reorganization. The people who feel the most lost are often the ones thinking the most deeply, questioning the most, refusing to settle for a script that doesn't fit. From the outside, it looks unstable. Internally, it's restructuring. Your 20s were never meant to feel completely settled. They were meant to feel exploratory. And exploration rarely feels secure while it's happening. It only makes sense in hindsight. So if you've been quietly wondering why you feel unanchored while everyone else looks certain, it was never random. It was a pattern. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. If this explained something you've been feeling but couldn't name, there's more underneath it. Understanding yourself is where everything begins.